Yo, what's up, good people in the place to be? It's just another day to be great, and it's to Seriously Sports Talk Radio, man. Of course, it's Sunday, October the 19th, NFL Sunday, and we got some crazy predictions going on today. I can't even lie to you. This shit's like game changing shit, That's what we got going on right now. That's the best way to properly describe it. But yeah, man, if we talk about these topics and everything, man, we're going to get straight into it. And that's like the only way to do it, by getting straight into it, man. So we got the NFL predictions popping up, which is pretty cool because, like, you know, NFL is real. It's real iffy right now as it pertains to the amount of talent. Should I say the level of talent? So we're gonna go into the NFL picks, man. Shout out to everybody on Twitch and on YouTube, man. That's usually why I do this shit. My shit be live and direct, you know. So we're gonna get straight to it, man. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. NFL topic one: the NFL picks. And when we talk about the NFL picks, we got some good NFL games that's brewing up. I got to be real and let everybody know that. Like we got some cool NFL games that's actually brewing up. Um, so let's go to the NFL games today. All righty. So as of today, we got some pretty cool picks in. I ain't gonna even lie to you. There's some pretty cool picks in. There's some pretty cool games today. We're gonna definitely see some people get battle tested, like battle tested to the teeth. That's the best way I can explain that as well. Because I'm telling the people all the time, over and over again, like over and over again, that this week these games is going to be a whole lot different. Like a whole lot different. So let's get straight to it, man. Of course, we had our Thursday showdown, which is pretty cool because our Thursday showdown was amazing. We seen good football by two very experienced quarterbacks between Joe Flacco and Aaron Rodgers, and they had a real shootout, man. It was Seattle. I mean, not Seattle. That's my team, but it was the Pittsburgh Steelers and versus the Bengals, right? And that game went down. That game went down to the nitty gritty. People, I ain't gonna even lie to y'all. Like, if we just go into the game as a whole, we're talking about the score was 31-33, right? We talk about Aaron Rodgers going 23 for 34 for 249 yards, four touchdowns, but two interceptions, which I really think cost them. Them two interceptions, I really think cost him. It gave them the possession for Joe Flacco to come back out there and go 31 for 47, 342 yards, and three touchdowns. Now, I ain't the smartest man in the world, but I know we heard Mike Tomlin say it's kind of stupid for the Browns to trade Joe Flacco, who you considered your starting quarterback in the beginning of the season, right? So these are things we gonna have to take into consideration over and over again. It don't even matter how you dictate it. It don't matter how like you view it. Like that Mike Tomlin sound drop will always be played when we talk about the Bengals' legacy as a front office. You get what I'm saying? So let's go into our picks again, man. Like I said, we started the week off pretty cool. We had the Bengals versus Steelers. Today, man, we got a good game. Um, that's actually about to start in like 2 minutes because it's 9:28 Eastern time. But we got the Jacksonville Jaguars versus the LA Rams, which is going to be a pretty cool matchup. Both teams is 4-2. Both teams lost to my Seattle Seahawks. Go Hawks! You get what I'm saying? So that was pretty cool. It's going to be a defensive talent game because both teams is kind of fluent on offense, if I must say. So both teams gonna have to show up and play some damn defense. Whoever don't play good defense is going to lose this game. Between the Rams and the Jaguars. Whoever, I repeat, I'm gonna repeat this one more time. One more time. I got to repeat this one more time. Whoever, you know what I'm saying? Whoever, once again, whoever. Let me say it one more time. Whoever. That was a little mad. I'm just tripping on that one. But now, real talk. Whoever, and I say this in a humble way, whoever play defense in this game, they're going to motherfucking win. Because the Rams and Jaguars do have good teams. Teams are not trash. And I want the whole world to know that. Like, please don't look at this team or these teams as if they're going to be a shit bowl. That's not the case. They're not trash like some people want them to be. So yeah, they're not trash. I got to be the first to say that. But yeah, but like I was saying though, man, as it pertains to the Rams and Jaguar, whoever played the best defense going to win. All right, the next game we're going to, which is our 1 p.m. games, we got a 1 p.m. kickoff between the Eagles and the Vikings. The Eagles got to bounce back. I just got to be real with you. The Eagles got to bounce back. That's the only way. They 4-2. You know, talk about they losing a little momentum, but they going against a fire hot team who's starting to gain momentum out there in Minnesota. So that's pretty cool as well. All right, so we got the Patriots versus Titans. That's 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 a shit bowl game. I'm sorry, I'ma just say it. I don't know who else gonna fucking say it, but I said that's a shit bowl game. We got the Carolina Panthers versus the New York Jets. That's another 1 p.m. game. I think that'll be a cool game as well. The Jets might win, but you never know. You never know. You never know with the Panthers. All right, another 1 p.m. game is the Dolphins versus the Browns. We still don't know if Shador we're going to play, which is so insane to me. But I feel like Shador shouldn't even play into Kevin substantially. Get until he actually get goddamn out of the head coach position. Yeah, I think he gonna try to blackball Shador. He already showing his hand, you know, and that's the sick part about it. And that's what I really hate the most. Like you can't even elevate career. Like that should be so different in many different ways. All right, the next game after that, man, we got the Saints versus the Bears, which is a pretty cool game too. Um, I think the Saints gonna lose, but shit, you never know. The NFL been showing his ass lately. All right. On top of that, you got your Raiders versus Chiefs. The Raiders versus Chiefs game, I think it's gonna be a pretty cool game. We could actually see can Geno Smith bounce back on offense. Um, we also got to see can the Raider defense actually play because that's something that's absolutely killing a whole lot of shit because the Raider defense is wishy washy as well. So these are things we got to take into consideration as we talk about these teams. Like, like seriously, these type of things that need to be discussed all the time, as much as possible. All right. So we got our games again, Corey. Let's go back. All right. So now we got the Colts and Chargers. This is one of them in between games for me. I ain't gonna need a lot of y'all. I think I think both teams are are taking a real stride to like properly excel, or should I say, just properly be available to win. Like these are things I just have to really just take back and be like, well, both teams catching momentum, but it's like, you know what I'm saying? And then we got the showdown that I really wanted to see today. I know a lot of people wasn't expecting people to go see this game, but I'm excited about seeing the Giants versus the Broncos because the Giants started. Oh, excuse me. The Giants have started game momentum with the younger fellas on the team. So I do feel like this is going to be an exciting game, and also to see Denver picking up momentum up under Sean Payton getting the job done as well. So that's something pretty cool. Can't even lie about that. That's something that's going to be a good game. All right. Then another 425 game. We got the Packers versus the Cardinals. Packers should beat the Cardinals. Cardinals not a sorry team. You just they play in the NFC West, and our division is extremely competitive. So but the Packers should win. Cowboys versus the Commanders. I almost said Cowgirls, but I'm not dissing y'all tonight. But y'all play the Seattle. I'm dissing y'all straight up. All right. So we got the Commanders versus the Cowboys. It should be a good game. I think Commanders still dealing with injury issues. So these are the type of things we got to take into consideration as well. You don't want people just falling off the wayside, just fumbling. So I must be the first person to say, like, as it pertains to this, yeah, it's something we got to work on. All right, the Falcons and 49ers. They're gonna be a good game tonight. I ain't gonna even lie. The Falcons is coming out beating Buffalo. So if they come out with the same momentum and they can beat the 49ers, that's pretty good. I'm definitely always rooting for the home team. Even though I'm a Seattle Seahawks fan, but man, it's something near dear to my heart when I see the Falcons win, man. I ain't gonna need a lie to you. Then the next game after that, the 7 o'clock, a 7 o'clock game, we got the Buccaneers versus the Lions, the Detroit Lions. I feel like this is gonna be a good game. For Detroit, this is gonna be a battle tested game. For the Broncos, this would be a step of understanding consistency. You know, um, I think that's extremely important as it pertains to just locking in, locking in. The most thing you can do is lock in and stay consistent. And I think consistency is one way. Um, the Commanders, Cowboys, that's a cool game. But when it comes to the Buccaneers or the Lions, these two games is this game right here is important between the two teams because Detroit is literally like being battle tested. This is to prove is Detroit ready to be battle tested. You know what I'm saying? Like I tell my brother Roll, he is a Lions fan. I say, bro, y'all definitely going to be battle tested this week. And Baker Mayfield is playing some of the best football he ever played with a really good support staff. So that's pretty cool as well. But as it pertains to the Lions, like this is the time. This is the time you have to lock in because you're not going against no weak team down here in Tampa Bay. They are battle tested. But the thing about Tampa Bay is, you already been battle tested, but can you stay consistent? That's what we have to work about and talk about. You know, so we got one more NFL game, if I'm not mistaken, which is the game of the night. You know what I'm saying? Everybody give a round of applause for the game of the night. You know what I'm saying? The game of the night. It's the late game, of course, but we got the Houston Texans versus the Seattle Seahawks in Seattle. So already know the 12th man gonna go crazy. We gonna be out there loud, showing love. I'm gonna be spiritually watching through the TV, rooting on my teams, commenting on everybody's blogs. I think we're gonna have a great game tonight. I think it's gonna be a great game. If we could come in, with the same consistency on defense, getting to the quarterback, forcing forcing bad passes, forcing the quarterback to get bad reads, man, we're going to win. But I do understand this. The Texans had a rocky beginning of their schedule. So I don't think they sorry. As a matter of fact, let me see, let me just make sure. So I can just make sure. I just wanna make sure we see. So they beat the Ravens, right? They was hurt. They beat Tennessee. All right. But they lost against Jaguar. They lost against the Buccaneers. They lost against the Rams. These the things that made me be like, because the Rams is not a bad team. The Buccaneers is definitely not a bad team. And Jacksonville is not a bad team as well. But I feel like they got two easy wins because the Titans just haven't figured it out yet. But most importantly, as it pertains to this game, I think it was just a lot of injury things going on. They was, having their way. But I think this is real battle tested game. Uh, just to see if they really, back their life. Because as it pertains to my team, you know, man, we've been doing our thing, man. We got the best wide receiver in the game right now, man. Jackson Smith and Jigma. I just want to let y'all know this man been going crazy. This man is going crazy. Matter of fact, let me go to the players, man. Where he at? Where he at? Bingo. JSN. I just want y'all to see some of JSN snack. This man is going insane right now. This man have 42 receptions, 696 yards. He's averaging 16 yards. 16 yards. His longest catch was last week. 61-yard bombs, 3 touchdowns, man. 3 touchdowns, man. This is what I'm saying. Like, this man is balling. I can't even capture him. He been balling. He been balling. Like, it's real. It's real. But yeah, man. I also want to play a couple clips and shit because this is something that been damn. Who looking up? I wanna I got to share this clip.
James Franklin's tenure came to an end. Now, let's take a step back from this. Look at these numbers. Only Joe Paterno has more wins in Penn State history than James Franklin. Think about the state of the program when he took over with the Nittany Lions. They won the Big Ten championship in 2016. They went to the college football playoff. They've won a Rose Bowl. But of course, the oft-discussed record against top 10 opponents ultimately was cited in their decision to move on. And we are pleased and really admire the fact that James Franklin is willing to come here and talk to us about things that I'm sure seem quite surreal to you, James. As you've gone through the last few days, how did you become aware at first and find out the news that Penn State wanted to move on and part ways with you?
Yeah, well, we were a practice Sunday team, Coach, and we have a team meeting at 1:45. About 1:30, the AD walked in and said, "We're going to make a change. I'm sorry." Was in shock, obviously. Really took the next 15 minutes to let my kids know so they wouldn't find out on the internet. And then walked down and had a super emotional meeting with the team to tell them I was leaving. That was it. It was that quick. Obviously, pretty much in shock as that was going on.
I mean, given all of the things that you accomplished there and the number of games that you won, how fairly do you feel you were treated by making this decision?
Well, fair is not for me to decide, right? That's for other people to decide. A decision that was made that was hard for me to comprehend at the time. But what I want to do is I want to focus on all the unbelievable moments. I had a great run there, 12 years. Penn State was good to me and my family. Most importantly, it's about the players. I'm a player's coach. I always have been. So that's the hardest part, is walking away from all those young men in that locker room, the recruits that were committed to us, a lot of tough conversations. So that's the challenge, is it's the people at the end of the day, the coaches, the staffs, their families, the kids. What I don't think people realize is how many people this affects, a ton of people. So that's where my heart breaks.
Coach, thank you for doing this. It speaks volumes about who you are as a man. So thank you for coming up here and doing this. When a coach gets fired, it touches a lot of people, like you said, the coach, his staff, and of course the players. Would you mind speaking on how this has affected your family?
Yeah. So, my daughters, you guys have seen pictures. They came to Penn State when they were 4 and 5 years old. We were blessed that the majority of their upbringing was in state college. They're now a freshman in college and a senior in high school. My youngest thought she was going to go to Penn State. Obviously, the plans have changed there. But for me, I think about everybody. I remember being the head coach of Vanderbilt and having an Easter party and standing up there and talking to all the coaches and the wives and the kids. And the first time, that moment, I looked out and I realized I'm responsible for all these people. If I'm successful, all these people will flourish. And if I'm not, it's going to create a lot of challenges for a ton of different people. So that's really what the last 6 days have been. Most importantly, comforting my daughters. My wife is the toughest one in the family, so I don't need to worry about her. But then it's been a ton of players reaching out, talking to their parents, telling them to take a deep breath, everything's going to be fine. And then the same thing with recruits. It's been a lot, but most importantly, that's what it's all about for me. I got in this business to help people, and most importantly, young men, and I'm going to continue to do that.
Coach,
I'm talking and my mic wasn't down. Let me say this. I think Coach James Franklin should not, I repeat, he should not be fired at all from Penn State. This is the craziest shit ever. This is a coach who inherited a program that was on some straight Diddy shit. I'm talking about all the Diddy allegations you could possibly wanted to paint it on his man. They head coach and they staff members really did. Really fucking did. Beyond Bill Cosby. Shit. They really did that shit. And you fire a coach. Like, let me just go back to this.
I think on the outside, Reese just showed, last year you're in Miami in the semifinal, this year preseason.
It say this coach 3-0 start, right? Week 5, he going double overtime loss against Oregon. Then he had a back-to-back loss against UCLA and Northwestern.
Yeah, I'm still working through it myself. It feels surreal. I just got a message, from Drew Allar's dad that he's sitting home as well. We both should be in Iowa. It's what we're used to doing and how we operate. And I've been doing this for 30 years and 15 years as a head coach. To think essentially 6 games ago, we were fighting for a chance to be in the national championship, a 2-minute drive away. So that's the thing. I really can't answer that, Kirk. 12 years, a ton of good moments, a bunch of big wins, but decisions were made. And I'm not involved in those decisions. I'm very, very grateful for the time I had, and most importantly, for the relationships I was able to build. I thought we were going to win a national championship there. We were close. That goal hasn't changed. We're just going to go win a national championship somewhere else now.
Hell yeah. Great. That's what I'm talking about, Coach. That's what the fuck I'm talking about, Coach. These type of things is the shit that we need to start talking about on a day-to-day basis. We got people properly excelling and winning on a day-to-day basis out here, people. A day-to-day basis, like, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. That's all I can say. Is Lord have mercy. Let's get back to it.
Hell yeah.
Hey, my treat today. I don't think they'll take that here.
Of course they take Discover.
You're stuck in the past.
Unlike me.
You look rad.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places nationwide.
Totally.
You made this.
All right, that's the end of the show. I'm going to just end it on that note, man. I think it's extremely unfair, man. We got your NFL picks. I hope y'all enjoyed the NFL picks, man. That shit was pretty cool. It's just a short, simple show, man. This is Seriously Sports Talk Radio with your boy, Beno Gotti 2K, man. Follow me on all platforms, man. BENOGOTTI 2K.